Vice President. The Vice President is the second highest constitutional office in India. He or she serves for a 5-year term but can continue to be in office irrespective of the expiry of the term until the successor assumes office. The Vice President may resign his office by submitting his resignation to the President of India. The resignation becomes effective from the day it is accepted. The Vice President can be removed from office by a resolution of the Council of States Rajya Sabha passed by a majority of its members at that time and agreed to by the House of the People Lok Sabha. A resolution for this purpose may be moved only after a notice of at least a minimum of 14 days has been given of such an intention. The Vice President is the ex officio chairperson of the Council of States and does not hold any other office of profit. Eligibility: should be a citizen of India, should have completed 35 years of age, should be qualified for election as a member of Rajya Sabha, should not hold any office of profit under the Union Government or any state government or any local authority or any other public authority. Electoral College. As per Article 66 of the Constitution of India, the Vice President is elected by the members of the Electoral College. Electoral College consists of elected members of Rajya Sabha, nominated members of Rajya Sabha, elected members of Lok Sabha. What is the election procedure? As per Article 68 of the Constitution, to the election to fill the vacancy caused by the expiration of the term of office of the outgoing Vice President is required to be completed before the expiration of the term. Article 324 of the Constitution read, "With the Presidential and Vice Presidential Elections Act 1952 and Presidential and Vice Presidential Election Rule 1974, vest the Superintendent's direction and control of the conduct of election to the office of Vice President of India in the Election Commission of India. The notification for election shall be issued on or after the 60th day before the expiration of the term of office of the outgoing Vice President. Since all the electors are members of both Houses of Parliament, the value of the vote of each member of Parliament would be the same. The Election Commission, in consultation with the central government, appoint the Secretary General of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha by rotating as the returning officer. Accordingly, the Secretary General Lok Sabha will be appointed as the returning officer for the present election to the office of the Vice President of India. The Commission also decided to appoint assistant returning officers in Parliament House to assist returning officers. As per Rule 8 of the Presidential and Vice Presidential Elections Rule 1974, polls for the election are taken in the Parliament House. The previous year question in 2013. Consider the following statement. The chairman and the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha are not the members of that house. This is incorrect because chairman is not the member of the Rajya Sabha and deputy chairman is also the member of Rajya Sabha. While the second statement, while the nominated members of the two houses of the parliament have no voting right in the presidential election, correct, they have the right to vote in the election of vice president. So this is correct. Answer B 2 only. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha who presides over its sessions, but he is not the member of that house. However, the deputy chairman who takes care of the day-to-day matters of the house in the absence of the chairman is elected from amongst the members of Rajya Sabha. This deputy chairman is member of that house. The Vice President is elected by the elected as well as nominated members of both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Next question. With reference to election of Vice President of India that is declared void by the Supreme Court of India, which of the following statements are correct? First one, the acts done by him as Vice President before such declaration is considered valid. This is correct. Option 1. Second statement, the act done by him Vice President on the day of such declaration are not considered valid. This is incorrect. Article 71 of the Indian Constitution. Article 70 on matters relating to or connected with the election of a president or vice president. All doubts and dispute arising out of or in connection with the election of a president or vice president shall be inquired into and decided by the Supreme Court, whose decision shall be final. If the election of a person as president or vice president is declared void by the Supreme Court, acts done by him in the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of the office of president or vice president, as the case may be, on or before the date of the decision of the Supreme Court, shall not be invalidated by the reason of that declaration. Subject to the provision of this Constitution, Parliament may be law regulate any matter relating to or connected with the election of a president or vice president. The election of a person as president or vice president shall not be called in question on the ground of existence of any vacancy, for whatever reason, among the members of the electoral college electing them. Next question. The Vice President of India is elected by electoral college consisting of the members of both the House of Parliament. Vice President is indirectly chosen by members of electoral college composed of representatives of both the House of Parliament in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote and voted by secret ballot by the Election Commission. The Vice President of India also serves as the Honorable Chancellor of the University of Punjab, Chandigarh. Vice President of India after the President is India's second highest constitutional office. Article 63 of Indian Constitution specifies that there shall be a Vice President of India. The Vice President shall serve as the President for death, resignation, impeachment or other condition in the absence of President.